All right, today is Monday, December 20th, 2021. It is Christmas week. Let's take a look at the price action on both the NASDAQ and the Russell. Kind of switched up my charts here, just have NASDAQ and Russell along with 1, 2, 3 minute charts are the bigger ones, 3, 9, and then a 15-minute for both markets. Zoomed out on the NASDAQ is a very, very choppy morning. Thankfully, I did not trade the NASDAQ this morning because it looked brutal. I actually haven't really gone through the trades, so that'll be the first time I look at these shortly. Russell had a couple good little runs. A nice clean run here. Chopped around a little bit on this sell signal, but we'll take a look at that. Let's zoom in on the NASDAQ and go full screen. So right at market open, we're just chopping up. So here we are, opening right here on a green bar. We had 2 and 3 minute support printing, sell signal. Got the 2 minute come in as for sell. I didn't watch this live, so I don't know if one of these printed and looked like a valid signal. But yeah, not really any entries here. I think an entry would be right here at 15,630, pretty far away from the dots, about 50 points. Obviously that did not work out at all. Quickly reversed. This might have showed as a sell signal, given the fact that it closed underneath support. That one didn't work out. This one might have been a sell signal as well. It didn't work out. 2 minutes started printing way up here. I think probably just all this choppiness. 2 minute came way up here. Kind of weird when you see 1 minute all the way up here as well as 2. So this is invalid. Here's a valid signal right here. Short at 15,569.5. Didn't really work out. Probably would have stopped you out. With resistance way up here, it's just a weird signal to jump in on. No trade there. Here's a valid sell. That one did not work out. Got in maybe around 562. Got to a low of maybe 552, so maybe 10 points there before it quickly reversed. And probably the only solid signal of the day on the NASDAQ was right here. Short at 15,572. It only went against you up to 578 and came all the way down to a low of 513, 514 or so. 2 green bar exit had you out at maybe 545, and we were in at 572. So that was a good run. Might have made up for a little bit of that. Likely still would have been losing for the day though on the NASDAQ. Just not a great trading day for the NASDAQ. But let's jump over the Russell. Wasn't as bad over here on the Russell. Go full screen. So right at market open, looking at this chart, it looks like, yeah, should have gone in right here at, market opened right here, first print. Yeah, should have gone short right there, but 3 minute was actually not showing itself at that point because I watched this live. The 3 minute didn't come in until right here. And so I was in right here. I went ahead and circled my entry. I was in at 21.26.5. This thing came down to a low of 21.17.3. Quickly shot back up. I had my stop up here, I think at 21.30. And then this came all the way back down right here. I ended up locking in, I think before this quickly reversed, I locked in a 1-to-1. So I was risking 3.5 points, and I locked in 3.5 points when we got down here, down to this level. I had a profit target at 10 points, which would have been right here. So obviously I was very, very close to hitting that. If I would have just held, potentially would have gotten that. Almost got stopped out right here though. So opening trade, I didn't like the entry being so extended past these resistance dots, and so I felt like that was a safe move, locking a 1-to-1. and so I was taken out there. I stayed out of all of this. This large bar, I didn't want to get in and mess around with that. So I sat on my hands through all of this. It looked like that was, a good decision because depending on where you would have gotten in, it would have been tough to have a stop loss large enough to, withstand this like big pullback here. And, it wasn't really a valid entry perhaps here, but you're just kind of guessing at that point. So no really solid valid entry there with this long extended bar. So I sat in my hands. We, kind of got bounced around right here, caught in between support and resistance, popped up above on a very valid buy signal, which I took. Obviously did not work out, which was unfortunate. Long at 2133.6. I think there's some favorable slippage for me, and I actually think I got it filled around like 2133. Obviously, that one didn't work out, but it was above this resistance level, so definitely a valid trade. So would have been stopped down on that one. Next trade, as you see, we just kind of got rejected off this level and came all the way down. Entry point would have been right here at 2114 and a half. That came in around 740 or so on the West Coast. Broke below this support level. Showed the 3-minute, 2-minute, and 1-minute printing, red bar, everything in alignment. That's a very valid signal. And this was an interesting one just because it just barely stair-stepped lower. Didn't have the acceleration it had earlier in the market hours. So I was in here, and then I took a 2 green bar exit. I had another 10-point profit target out there that I was very, very close to hitting, but instead I got stopped out for my 2 green bar exit. I think I had it at 2110. A little bit more than 5 ticks, and so I was quickly stopped out right there. Could have been gone back in this area or so, but I decided not to. Just the way that the price was acting, trended nicely, but just didn't really have much momentum to the downside from there. So those were my 3 trades this morning on the Russell. This could have been a good trade as well later in the morning. Got some good acceleration to the upside there before just kind of stalling out. Not a ton of follow through. So, 3, solid trades. One didn't work out. 2 others did. Happy that I, locked in a 1-to-1 risk reward on this trade and let this one play out as it should. And 2 green bar exit, just following the AbleTrend guidelines, and that worked out. Nothing wrong with taking profit. So that was the price action price action and trades for Monday, December 20th, 2021.